Agents of I.C.S. is a Monster of the Week horror podcast meant for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everyone. We are knee-deep in our first case of Agents of I.C.S. Currently, our agents have retired to a hotel room to reconfigure, look over their notes, and things of that sort. Let's meet up with them. Why, hello there.
Sup?
Sup and such.
Cool.
All right, Jay has shared for the video folk an image of his vehicle, which he did not bring to this specific mission, and an image of his pocket watch, which...
No, sadly for this one I did bring it because I was on track.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You did say that, didn't you?
Yep.
Well, fortunately, this is not a car-consuming monster, so I think you'll be safe this time.
Hopefully. Better not.
Not a rust monster. You're good. Alrighty, we'll pick up in said hotel, and we'll start with Mr. J.
I knew, of course, this would happen. If I answered the call, my day would be ruined, which is why I try to ignore it. Were it not for my little friend. Working together with it, if I can even call it that, has been an interesting journey, to say the least. I won't say I haven't enjoyed the perks it brings. But the downside is that sometimes I get forced to be places, to steal things, to deliver objects, or in this case, find out who, what, or why something took a kid's body for a joyride, then proceeded to kill his entire family, his neighbors, and then the kid himself, in that order. Quite frankly, I would have been more shocked at these events had I not been working for the I.C.S. for a while, or happened to own a causality-altering pocket watch with peculiar needs. Now, what truly shocked me was that Vanessa, my girlfriend, was okay with me missing our date. Apparently being called into work at some backwater town was more relatable than being stuck in some backwater jail cell. Though from my perspective the two are practically the same, honestly. At least this time around one of my colleagues seemed to have some taste.
And, on that note, two things. Mr. J, go ahead and mark one experience. And for all three of you, whenever you gain experience, whenever you fill up those 5 bars, let me know. I'm keeping track of how much, I know, it's weird. You mark 5 experience to get 1 experience, and then when you have 2 experience, you can actually level up. So basically you need 10 experience, effectively. I can't change the character sheet to reflect that, so every time you do level and get a point, basically, let me know, and I'll keep track of it for you. Besides that, we pick up in the hotel, with the 3 of you going through your guys' notes. If there's anything you guys wish to discuss, go over, or anything, now is the time to do so.
All right, I have notes for next week. Tell us, Julian, what's inside Alex's guts? Jay, any signs of Alex crying? Was he conscious? Carson's minions, look for bloodsuckers that are attracted to music.
Are those your notes?
Yeah, those are my notes for next week, which is this week now.
Oh.
Yeah, they're questions.
Yeah, my question was he conscious? Is there a creature that sucks blood and is attracted to music? And then what was in Alex's stomach/intestines? So we had some of the same questions.
I also wanted to see if I could find out more about the pinprick wound in the spine, I believe. But rather than thinking that it was just music, I was thinking maybe it is attracted to people with that are skilled at a specific talent, that are talented.
So the monster has a competence kink?
Basically, because Martha and William were both complimenting the kid on he was a talent and he was great at music.
Prodigies.
Basically. Maybe Ghost of the Prodigies sucks them dry or something.
I was also wondering if maybe Martha was the creature or had summoned the creature in order to steal Alex's talent to give to her husband since he was in a slump. She seems very happy lately and she likes to sing and hum, so...
That's an interesting thought.
Possible.
In fact, I think the only thing she talked about the entire time we were there was their glory days.
That is pretty accurate.
Alrighty, and if there's anything in that list you guys want to discuss amongst each other, you're more than welcome to do so, unless we just say, we mention it and go, that's weird. But to answer the questions that you guys sent out, was there anything inside Alex's guts? Besides, I don't even know if trace amounts of blood would be an answer, honestly, because I think your stomach would just dissolve it realistically. There wasn't enough food for how long he was awake for. Basically, he definitely didn't eat that day. So there wasn't enough.
He didn't eat that day at all?
He did, but very little. Very little. As in maybe a small breakfast, and that was it. If even that. So it might have been food from the day prior. Crying, that's kind of hard to see, but I would say, obviously he was covered in blood. I would say a little, yes. Obviously, the body that you guys looked over, Alex Reed's body, it was cleaned up. All the blood and everything was washed off. Plenty of pictures were taken. But after Julian went through all the images and all that extra nonsense, we'll say yes. Upon closer inspection, you can tell that there were indeed tears streaming through the blood.
Like I would think that if he had like shut eyes or something, puffy eyes,
Yes.
or some other indicator.
Yeah, definitely. His eyes were a little dry and also puffy, as if he were crying, but also like kept up too late. Like your eyes are just open for too long. Not blinking as frequently as you should be. So bloodshot, I guess. And then in terms of
sounds sad.
a little, and then in terms of minions, there are many that have come back. If there are any that are relevant to the case, I will definitely let you know, as opposed to bombarding you with information about various myths.
No, I need to know everything about every myth ever.
All right, buckle up.
Okay.
Proceeds to monologue for 3 hours.
Yes!
God,
And
I
we get
love
absolutely nothing out of it.
I hate this.
Alrighty, it's just an audiobook of sucking blood. So, during this night, besides discussions and such, do we do anything? Or we kind of just like toss some ideas around?
Tossing some ideas around
Yeah.
about where to go next. Maybe.
Like, is it an isolated event? Has it happened multiple times in this town? Has it happened anywhere else?
You definitely learn that this is isolated. As I mentioned, the local law enforcement were not expecting to deal with something this big. If there are ever murders and such in this town, they're normally very isolated. It's a one-on-one, crimes of passion, things of that nature. And like I said, they've been very willing to share with you guys. But what they've determined is something like this does not happen here. So Sharon saying that, Martha saying that, that's very accurate.
Are there any instances, like anywhere, that has similar evidence? Like not in this particular area, but just like in general.
Anyone going berserk and killing everyone around them?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
With weird suction cup.
Yeah, coroner's
Stabby.
report experienced similar symptoms.
So that's something you would
Sure.
ask the I.C.S, I guess.
yeah, that'll be something you guys reach out to. So you guys, for bigger questions like these, this is like deep dive questions. You guys can definitely, like I said, always contact your handler, or you can contact, if your personal character has like, I have a network, an actual like network of people. If that's like a move you have. Otherwise, you can just roll, convince, something along those lines. Whoever wants to do that, basically, and then tell me who you're contacting. So handler works, et cetera, anything like that.
I'll contact them. What do I do for that?
Literally just roll me convince effectively. You're calling them up and just kind of letting them know, hey, we found some information and we want to know about blank. We got a 9.
Well.
So you call them up, and what effectively is your question? Are there any prior cases like this?
Yeah. Ever.
Alrighty. Ever. That's a lot of work. Do you?
Well, because not around, like, obviously, if we've had 1 or 2 hits of the same evidence,
Of course,
then
of
that's
course.
more than enough.
Yeah, exactly. Do you clue them in on what's going on besides just giving them details on the murder?
I mean, I give them like the bare bones of why we're looking for this sort of stuff.
Alrighty. So for a mixed success on convince, basically they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now, show them that you mean it. Or I'll say for this one, because it's such a vast question, there's not really much you can give to your handler besides, make sure y'all clear this case up soon. That sounds really bad. Effectively, it's going to take some time. You guys are calling in late. They will get their people on it, and they will respond when is most appropriate.
Ugh. Yeah, all right. That's fine. Not much I can do about it otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much. They'll rather than we'll get right on it, it's we're really busy. This is kind of your guys' job, but we'll get to it when we get to it.
Annoying, but that's fine.
That's how it do, unfortunately. Alrighty. With all that set up, is there anything else you guys want to prepare for the night before we head off?
Nope.
Alrighty. The 3 of you, Carson, Margot, and Jay, all head into bed. And as I mentioned, we arrived here at around 8 p.m. or so. We probably go over our notes for, 2-3 hours. We hit the hay at maybe 11, 12. Sound about normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are any of you a light sleeper?
I want to say yes,
I want to say no.
Uh,
but mainly because, Jay has been in interesting situations where sleeping heavy is dangerous. So.
Fair enough. Far too late into the night. One might even call this morning. You're roused from your sleep, Jay. There's a knocking at your door.
are we in separate hotel rooms?
Up to you guys. You guys can be in the same one, or you guys can be in separate.
I feel like we would be in the same one, but maybe that's just me thinking that.
No, I do too because it's cheaper.
It depends what kind of room it is, I guess. Do we
I'd say it's one with
bedrooms at least, or
either it's like a suite or it has like 2 queen beds and a pull-out couch.
Effectively, yeah.
Sleeping on the couch then, that's fine.
Yeah, there's definitely a room big enough to facilitate the three of you.
Jay definitely is the type that feels more comfortable when sleeping on like a couch or something, so.
Excellent. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, the couch is closest to the door, and you hear a rapping. And as you wake, you're not sure if you did hear it knocking, or, it's that post-sleep sound of, am I going crazy? But no, you do indeed hear a knock, knock, knock at your door, looking at the...
There is a rapping, a tapping, and knocking at my door?
Indeed there is, and it's about 3 or 4 a.m.
Can I read about that situation?
Was it actually that slow?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. At 4 a.m.? Are you kidding me?
Is it one of those hotels with like people, or?
Yeah, there's people.
I gotta look through the people, I guess.
All right, looking through the people. I guess to fire the question at you, Carson, would this have woken you, or would you still be sleeping?
I think that with my history as a person in strange situations, I would be a light sleeper. Not strange situations, but potentially dangerous situations.
Makes sense. And Margot, like a brick, snoring away.
I always relied on Maverick. I'm sorry.
I punch her in the stomach. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
What's the deal?
I think that I'm somewhere between Jay's immediately waking up and Margot's laying in the bed completely unaware. Like, I think that if I hear Jay get up, I would probably wake up. But I probably would not have woken up from the knocking on the door.
Sure. You see Jay at the door. It's relatively dark. They have the nice light blocking curtains, so some of it is spilling downward over the little AC unit that's stuck to the wall and splashing across the carpet. But looking through the little peephole, Jay, you do indeed see an individual standing there. The sun obviously has not risen, as it is incredibly early, and the lights outside illuminate enough that you can see them. You don't recognize them, but it's someone's standing just in the dark wearing a hoodie, and they're just looking straight at the door. They pause for another couple seconds and slowly knock again.
Wait, can I go to the window?
You can.
Can I see them from the window?
Yes, you very much can see this person from the window. They are...
I'm hiding, by the way.
Yeah. They're not looking at the window. They're looking straight at the door, and they're just knocking.
I would at least give them like a quick look over, see how, potentially dangerous he is. Like, is it a big guy? Is it a small guy? Any weapons?
From what you can see, they're about average height, maybe like 5'7", 5'8". She doesn't really seem, I guess, fairly tall for a chick, but she doesn't seem to look aggressive. If she's holding weapons on her, it'd be in her coat somewhere.
How big is the hoodie?
It's, I would say, medium weather, so it's not like a windbreaker, but it's not like a heavy, it's snowing outside.
So, like, we would be able to see if there was something under it.
If she had a gun or a sword, well, a sword would be weird in this scenario, but yeah, if she had like a shotgun or something, you'd probably see it.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, like, weird tentacle creatures, but that's fine, too. Weapons are totally valid to search for.
Yeah, it is relatively bulky, so if there's something under there, it'd be hard to see.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
I would probably open the door before she got her last knock in.
Okay. So, like, mid-knock?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. As you're swinging the door open, she kind of continues knocking, and then her hand swings one more time at the air, and then she holds her hand back and looks at you and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting you?"
I'm just gonna look at her like,
I'm gonna wake up Margot real quick.
Okay, I wake up.
I actually just throw something at you because I'm across the room.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna have to jump up. What the hell? What's going on?
Oh no, I made a scene.
I'm here trying to be calm, and you guys are shouting. Come now.
I'm not,
Oh, we have a guest. Hi.
The individual waves at you all, and
Does it look stiff? Does it look weird?
Here at 3 a.m.
just checking up on our guests here. And she kind of points to her shirt, and you can see that she's hotel staff. And you can see her name. It's Lee.
That's
You
not
said she's
very
wearing a
common.
hoodie?
That's definitely not common practice, is it?
No.
Not at 3 a.m. now.
And
Is
you
she
said-
talking kind of robotically?
And she's wearing a hoodie?
She is indeed wearing a hoodie. If you're concerned about the way she's moving or speaking, go ahead and read a bad situation.
I was actually just gonna, I was gonna ask, can I do that, or should
Yeah, go
somebody
for it.
else do that?
Under the circumstance, I think everyone can.
Realistically, if you want to like pile in on this, we can have one person roll it and then one person help out.
Let me help out. I give you guys a +2 instead of a 1.
What is the roll for this anyway?
It's plus sharp, but read a bad situation should be one of the core moves.
Yeah, I'll use that instead.
As a reminder, real quick, you can do 2
I get it.
moves. Sorry.
+2 going forward, or?
Oh my god. So yeah, whenever she successfully helps somebody out, rather than a +1, they get a +2. So she full on succeeded, meaning when she goes to help, she doesn't put herself in danger because she fully succeeded. And you get just a flat +2, which is insane. That's really good.
Wait, so who's rolling for it?
We'll have Jay roll. It makes the most sense because he's at the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled
So that-
12.
That's a full success. You can look at the read a bad situation. On a 10+, hold 3. And there's like 5 or 6 questions. You don't have to ask all of those. You can ask specific questions if you wish.
I mean, the always one is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed at this point?
I'm not sure I'd call it a danger, but this is weird. This is 100% weird. And she is moving a little rigidly.
Like she's a puppet? Like
Potentially.
she's a little marionette?
Potentially. It's obviously very odd for hotel staff to be checking up on anybody this late at night.
And wearing a hoodie.
Also, it is hold 3, so you don't have to ask all questions back to back. You can wait and then ask as long as it's the same situation. Oh, I forgot to say, sorry. There are 2 moves you can use retroactively. I don't know if that's the right word, sorry. Whatever, brain's not working. You can roll after someone rolls. You can protect someone. So for example, if Margot were to go toe-to-toe and completely fail, you can roll protect someone. You don't have to say, oh, I want to protect her before the attack happens, because how would you know? You can also help out after someone fails. So that's definitely something viable. If someone rolls a 6 and your character's close enough that they could have helped, you can do that. If you also fail, you're both hosed. So you don't want to just keep only one person can help out, and you don't want to keep doing help out, because it puts you in the same danger that they are. So if there's like a bull charging someone, you got to help out and you both get a mixed success, you're both getting gored. If you fully succeed, you're not gored and you help them, but it might not be enough to completely dodge. So both of those moves, helping and protecting, can be used after a failure. So keep that in mind. Especially Margot. You get a +2, which is really nice.
Yes.
I can help out after the fact?
Yes, yeah. Help out and protect someone are both, basically you can see that maybe if someone's going to pull their gun, they're going to drop it. You can do something to help them or distract the enemy to give them time to pick the gun back up. Because remember, a roll isn't a single action. A roll can be you wrestling someone with like literally a minute and then getting a gun away from them. So you don't need to roll like per action. It's the whole thing resolving itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So seeing this, Jay, what do you do? She's kind of just looking at you.
Well, I would be asking what she's doing here at 3 a.m. because I'm pretty sure this isn't normal behavior for hotel staff.
She nods and says, just checking up on our new guests for the day. Or night, I guess. You all are new here. Relatively small town, Russell Springs that. I didn't recognize you. Just wanted to make sure everything was being taken care of.
Do we
3 a.m.
recognize her voice?
You do not, no.
We can't see her face.
You can see her face.
What's her eyeballs look like?
Definitely a little from a distance, but Jay, she looks a little tired, which makes sense. It's 3 a.m.
Okay, but is it the same type of red tired as, the kid was?
Well, you definitely need to get closer to see that,
Alex?
Carson. Are you getting closer, or are you just kind of letting Jay do all the talking?
I want to
It's a
get
weird
closer.
situation, and Jay doesn't think she's dangerous at this point, so he's instead gonna
If you
play
think it's
like the
not,
sympathy route if possible, and try to like, are you okay? Do you need to come in? Are you in danger?
You're asking the staff that?
Yes.
Oh, she says, oh, I'm just fine. I'm merely to check to see if you're okay. I like your car, by the way. We all saw you pull up, and everyone was talking about it.
Thanks. It is a great car, isn't it?
She nods. Well, seeing that the 3 of you are all right, I didn't mean to alarm you so late at night, but I'll be going now. There are a few other guests I need to check on.
Okay.
Can I look out the window and see if there's anything else out
Yeah,
there?
I mean, I'm gonna be stalking her after she's gone, so.
Fair enough. When you say anything else, do you mean other people, vehicles?
Other people, other vehicles, anything that looks out of the norm for 3 a.m.
I won't have
4
you
a.m.?
roll. It's about 3-4. It's like 3:30. There's nothing that you can see. Not exactly the same as you guys rolled up. It looks like someone probably checked in after. Maybe someone even left. But other than that, very normal.
I would like to watch her leave, though. I want to look at
Sure. The
her
two
body
of you,
movement and stuff.
the two of you just
But this
watching her
is
walk off.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna look from the window because I want to get out of her range of vision. Because she's still outside, right?
Yeah, she's just standing at the door, and she's getting ready to walk away.
I'm just gonna let her walk away.
Okay. And she just kind of gives you a slow wave and then a little smile and a nod, and then she slowly walks back to the reception area where you guys didn't meet her necessarily, but you did see someone like her, and she just kind of walks on off. Let's say you're watching. Jay, are you also watching her?
Like, does she turn a corner at some point?
No, she just walks. So the hotel's very L-shaped, so she's just literally walking down like the lane, and then she's gonna take a left turn, and then she's gonna walk basically back to the office effectively.
And what's the pattern of her walking look like?
Are you both watching,
Looks stiff.
or just one of you watching?
I mean, Jay would have effectively stepped outside to watch her walk away and also sneakily take a look around to see if there's anything else. But
Okay. Jay, roll me sharp, but roll with a +1 forward from the read bad situation. And Carson, just roll sharp.
Just sharp as it is.
Yep, as is. All right, cool. That's a full success for both of you. Because did you have the +1?
Yeah.
You did. Okay,
that's
so
a success.
a mix and a full success. All right, cool. I can give you both the same information because you're both looking the same way. As she's kind of walking off, her gait isn't. Maybe she's drunk. It's difficult to tell, but it's not perfectly straight. She drags her foot at least once or twice. She sways a little, and now that she has her back facing to you guys, you can tell the coat is either really big or she's wearing a backpack or something under it. It's kind of hard to tell.
I knew it! Jay.
Already on it.
I knew it. Anyway.
What do we know?
Jay is gonna walk into the nearest shadow and just stalk her a bit, I guess.
All right, Margot.
Would that be investigator mystery, or what does stalking fall under?
That's a great question. So you're basically just following her, and so you can see she's going right for the office.
All right, I don't know if you should go alone, though.
Like, if I know where the office is, then I'll try to, like, go around it, preferably, so she can't see me, but get to the same point.
Okay.
That's possible in the room? Not sure.
Sure. Go ahead and roll act
Take
under
a back
pressure.
door or something.
Yeah, since we're following up, go ahead and roll act under pressure, and you still get a +1 from that read a bad situation. Hell yeah, 11. All right, cool. You are able to slink amongst the shadows, and you can get pretty close to her. And getting closer, you can see that, as I said, her gait is all off. She does go into the office, though, and she walks on in. You see there's other staff in there, and from the window, you can tell she doesn't see you. The other staff doesn't see you. To your knowledge, no other patrons should see you. It's late. Why would anybody be looking at their window? That's weird.
To be honest, I feel like that's probably what happened with Alex. Is, the creature creates a sense of normalcy, Like, I don't think, if that is the creature, right, I don't think the other people are also the creature.
We're all the creature.
So there were more staff members in the reception area?
Yes, there is one more staff member. So Jay, you see her walk in. She greets the other staff member. They're twiddling with their phone. They don't even look at the lead. They only look at Lee walk in. They just go, and they're just playing with their phone. Lee walks behind the desk and kind of just stands there next to the other person, and they look at this individual on the phone, and then they just continue looking straight as if they're expecting customers to come through.
Do any of the other personnel have, like, a bulky suit on or something?
No, the other girl that is playing with her phone, she is just wearing standard uniform garb for this location. She's got her little name tag. They have it's like a blue and green, like, striped shirt, and then just like regular pants. Only Lee is wearing that, like, overall coat.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jay at this point is gonna forego sleeping and just watch her the entire night. Potentially follow her home.
Alrighty, messing about here, she kind of just chills for quite some time, actually, while Jay is on the lookout. Margot, what are you doing?
I've been thinking about that this whole time, and I'm not really sure.
I mean, you can just keep an eye out.
Margot doesn't even know what's going on right now, does she?
Yeah, I'm thinking you guys probably didn't tell me.
I mean, Carson is still inside the room. He might have told you. Assuming you saw Jay literally walk outside the room at 3 a.m. following someone.
Time is definitely going to pass, so this is definitely up to you, Margot. You guys can easily close the door. Each of you have your own access key. Jay, I assume you would have pulled out, walked out with it. No reason for you not to. So realistically, Margot and Carson could just chill. And while all that's happening, you see Lee just sitting there. She's just staring straight, not playing with her phone. She doesn't pull up a book or anything. And this happens for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Jay would definitely count how long it takes between her blinks.
You're able to get fairly close. She is blinking much less frequently than she should be. Now, hard to judge people's blink timing, but it's almost
at least
I think
once a minute is normal, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's what the thing was with Alex. So we thought that he hadn't been blinking for a long time, right?
Yeah.
That's why there were tears.
That definitely could be part of it.
And I have it just because he killed his family.
I mean, have you ever kept your eyes open for too long?
No.
Exactly.
It's hell.
So Jay is watching.
Correct.
And is the girl just continuing on as normal, quote unquote normal?
She's standing at the counter doing literally nothing, just staring forward, looking at the door as if she's waiting for a customer to come through.
God, that's so bizarre. I think that we should just go in there.
She isn't alone is the issue.
Yeah, what are the other workers doing? Do they think she's acting weird?
There's one other worker playing on her phone.
I think that worker needs to go somewhere.
After about 30 or so minutes, she hasn't moved. The other worker has asked her a question. You can't really tell what it is, but she looks and she just turns to her and answers it, and the girl just kind of rolls her eyes and keeps playing with her phone.
Maybe we should call housekeeping or call the front desk.
You're free to do so.
Yeah, so you two have access to the
I'm
phone.
waiting for an opening.
Jay's outside.
Hey Jay, what are you waiting for?
Well, Jay is stealthed outside. Yeah, you can't really ask him. He's outside.
I'm texting him on the burner phone.
There you go.
Sure, I guess. For her to do anything weird, for her to be alone.
Do you think we should call the front desk?
Well, I definitely need
Get
to
her
get
to
a
leave the
closer
room?
look at her. If you can keep her busy for at least 10 minutes, sure.
What do you think, Margot?
I can keep her busy with you. But I kind of want to rip that hoodie off.
Yeah. It's like the options here are get her to come back to the room and attack her, or wait for her to attack us, or just...
I'm more of the go get him kind of girl.
Yeah. I mean, you could also get the other girl away and I can just sneak up her, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know what that other girl is supposed to, where she's supposed to go that would keep her out of harm's way.
Either way, it's fine.
All right, so what's the consensus? Yes or no, I call?
Call.
Sure.
Call? All right.
It doesn't really matter who shows up at your door anyway, so...
Yeah. I call the front desk.
All right, it rings and rings and rings, and you can see the girl with the phone. We look at the girl at the front. She's like, "Get it," and she doesn't really respond. She goes, "Oh my god!" And she leans forward, picks up, and goes, "Hello, front desk speaking."
There's a plumbing issue in our room. We're wondering if you can come and take a look at it for us.
Are you in room 107?
I don't know. Am I? Master of Ceremonies? No, that's a different one. Sorry.
You tell me. Do you guys want to be in room 107?
Let's be in room 107.
And as you said it, she goes, all right. We'll send someone over. When you say, is it like a toilet emergency, or what are we talking about here?
So the person who's with me had explosive diarrhea.
Oh, you don't have to go into that kind of detail. Is it not flushing? Is it overflowing?
Yeah, it's overflowing.
Okay.
Water's getting everywhere.
All right. Okay. I'll be over in a minute. And she just
thanks.
You better get that toilet actually overflowing.
And she just hangs up the phone.
I go, Margo, break the toilet.
Is there something small and handheld I can attempt to flush down it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, I will.
I will towel down or something.
Yeah, I will toss it in and flush.
Okay. Because we're doing this very quickly and she's on the way, go ahead and roll to act under pressure.
Can I help out?
You can, but it wouldn't be any better than a 7. An 8 is still a mixed success.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind
So
then.
yeah. So help only gives +1, which is why you can do it after. So if you help a 7 go to an 8, nothing happened. If you help an 8 go to a 9, nothing happened. But a 9 to a 10, that goes to a full success.
Okay.
So on a mixed success, you're able to indeed get this toilet clogged. But there's something wrong with the plumbing in room 107. God knows what. And unfortunately, Margot...
Wait, is there something already wrong with room 107?
Apparently. And as you kind of go to flush this thing and it starts to overflow, God's willing, who knows, the toilet literally bidets at you and initially launches back whatever you threw at it, including a nice helping of water directly onto you, Margot.
Are you serious?
Yes, and then it begins to slowly overflow and fill the bathroom with water.
Hey, I mean, that's what we wanted to happen.
That is what we wanted to happen. Let's go, Margot.
Yeah, I will calmly walk out. Mission done.
Dripping.
She's drenched. I'm like, Margot, what did you do?
What'd you ask? It's not my fault the toilet wasn't happy about it.
Do you have a change of clothes, Margot?
Yes, but now's not the time.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty, about a minute or so after that, Jay, you're able to stay stealthed as this girl, very begrudgingly, she's like dragging a mop in this bucket and just groaning the entire time. Just burn the room down already. And she just walks by you and did you guys have the door open or is it still closed?
No, I leave it open.
Okay. She sees it open from a distance. She goes, oh my God, they're airing it out. And she whips around the corner and she like peeks her head and goes, hello, housekeeping.
Yeah, it's us.
Yeah. Bathroom, you said, toilet?
Yeah. If it's any consolation, it looks like it's just water at this point.
Oh, thank God.
Small blessings, you know?
Small blessings, yes.
Yeah, really sorry about that.
There is a terror in her eyes as she's reliving this moment, but worse from some time in her past.
I text Jay.
She walks on by you and begins to clean up the toilet that's still going. She, hits the knob and theoretically the water should stop, but for some reason it's still flowing and she's just doing her best to clean up.
He is not getting paid enough for this. I'll tell you that right now.
Probably not.
I text Jay and I'm like,
I
second girl out of the office.
I would have probably started moving before she even texted me, but like the moment she leaves, basically.
Okay.
So this room that they're in, is it like a front door that you can always see who's entering, or can I like sneak into the back?
From the initial entrance, she can always see out and you guys can always see in. So you can very clearly see her just standing there. If there is a back entrance, it would be like way in the back and you'd have to move through the building. It also is most likely locked because it's probably the employee entrance.
So while that girl's in the bathroom, I'm gonna turn to her and I'm gonna say, I feel kind of weird just standing here watching you do this. I'm really so sorry. I'm gonna exit the room so you can do whatever it is that you need to do, if that's okay.
That's fine. I'm used to this. It's all good. I'll let you know when it's done.
All right, thanks. And then I leave the room.
All right, she continues cleaning.
I'll follow.
And I guess we stealth forward. Not that it really matters.
I'm squelching.
Oh my God.
Squelch.
All right. What is your guys' approach? How are we going about this?
I mean, I want to sneak up behind her.
Okay, so you want to try to go through like the back?
If possible. Like if the door's locked, that's fine. I can burglarize it. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, Jay, you're able to very swiftly continue along your path and get all the way to the back. And when you do, you discover that, unsurprisingly, the door is indeed locked.
Good. I have a roll for this.
Perfect.
There we go.
Excellent. Alrighty. You make very swift work of this lock with a 12. And, unknown to everyone around you, and past this door, you're able to click, 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 and move on in. Do you alert your allies that you're doing this?
You better.
Not. I mean, honestly, they're going to see me do this anyway.
We're actually you're going to come up behind them. That's the goal. But I'm just going to walk into the desk anyway, front desk anyway.
Okay.
After I've already seen what's going on.
Sure.
I do actually get bonus things for having, 12 or 10 in this case for burglary.
Okay. Go ahead and link burglary. I'm new to that one. On a 10 plus, pick 3. Jesus. You're undetected. Oh, I guess which 3 do you want?
Yeah, I mean, get in undetected, obviously.
Okay.
Getting out undetected, is probably good, assuming we don't want to get like weird looks at us.
Okay.
And
But won't
I
there
don't really
be-
care about leaving a mess, honestly.
What?
So,
Won't there be like security cameras though?
I mean, if there are, I'll circumvent them because I came in undetected.
Mm.
I mean, it's fine. Jay is a burglar. He's used to this stuff. This is nothing for him.
And then last one, you find what you wanted?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
And I don't really care about leaving a mess at this point because honestly, who cares?
Fair enough. In and out undetected, and you find what you were after. So the door gives way. You are in, presumably, the small hallway before the associates' break room. You see some bathrooms back here. This is very clearly where staff should be working. But you see, just straight ahead, there's a door that, if the blueprints and everything line up, should lead to the main lobby.
Then I'll be entering that room, I guess.
All right, and as you
From
head
behind her.
as you guys head that way, Carson and Margaret, you guys are just walking through the front.
Yeah, we're going straight to the lobby, I guess.
Okay. As he's picking the lock and slowly moving on through, you guys move into the lobby. The girl sees you, stares at you for a second, maybe a little surprised, and just kind of raises a hand, gives you a wave, and goes, "Oh, hello again. Didn't expect you. Did you need something?"
Yeah, I was just wondering, I don't know. Do you have any complimentary cookies?
She's thinking, looks down.
Processing.
Not that I have on me, no, sorry.
Not that you have on you.
No, not up here.
Okay, but what do you have on you?
She reaches in her pocket, waits a second, and pulls out a mint, and then holds it forward. I have this.
Toss it on over, buddy.
She just kind of like underhand, like arm rigid straight, down, and then up, and just like underhand kind of lobs it at you, but it doesn't. It's
Like a softball.
like a softball, but it's not going to make it to you. It just lands on the ground unless you like dive for it. She does it from like
What's your
behind the
name?
desk. My name is Lee.
That's right.
That's right.
That is right.
She just kind of slowly nods and then looks down at the register. And she says, "Is that all you wanted? A cookie or mint?"
Actually, we're just hanging out here because there's something wrong with our toilet.
Unfortunate. And you can kind of hear this conversation happening, Jay, as you're able to open the door again, undetected, and you can see them talking.
Good. I'm gonna sneak up her and like take a peek under her hoodie from behind. She doesn't seem like the most what's the word? Attentive person.
Okay.
So, self-aware at the moment.
Yeah.
Are you touching her? Because that's really hard to see.
Like, you know the thing where you try to like how do I say it without sounding creepy?
That's fair. I mean, just go for it.
Lift a girl's skirt
Yeah.
with her hoodie set, eh?
Oh man, that'd be really difficult. Okay.
Like without touching her, but like lifting it without making any impression.
All right. Oh boy. Okay. That's
Or sneak a
definitely
peek under.
acting under pressure. And I wish you all the luck.
It's fine.
So she's thoroughly distracted. If he fails for any reason, then yes, you can
I
help
can
out.
help out, right?
After he rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
There are only like 2
Nice.
thresholds where help actually works.
Yeah.
Hey! Alrighty.
Oh.
A full
I'm going
success.
hot though, Jesus.
You are very... My god, you're rolling really, really well. That's a 6 and a 4, yep.
Jay's very good at this, you know.
Clearly, all right. What are you lifting the bottom of her like jacket with? Like, your finger or like a stick or something? Or you definitely could have found something along the way if you don't want to physically touch
Yeah,
her.
I mean, if I can get close enough, I would probably use my hands because, you know, it's easier.
Well, you are completely undetected, and moving on forward, you're able to lift the jacket a little bit as she's talking. You guys can see, Jay. It's the back is
We make
completely
sure to keep her attention.
Yeah. After she goes for the mint, Jay is able to move in and slowly lift. And you don't see anything under the jacket, but she's wearing, obviously, her like uniform, and it's
Must be under the uniform because I
It's
have to have skin contact.
very bulgy. It looks like she has something under her uniform, like a backpack that's very oddly shaped.
Mm.
I guess while I keep on doing this and just try to like lift her work uniform next to her, I could try touching it instead.
I will say, rather than asking for a roll, if you keep doing this, she will 100% notice. This is something you can do very quickly, then you have to like put it back down because you're so close to her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, how obvious is it that there's definitely something that shouldn't be there underneath there?
Incredibly obvious. No one wears backpacks under their shirts. That's weird. It's also incredibly... It's not shaped great. It's a little lumpy.
I do think it's interesting that it's so obviously strange, and then that girl definitely just doesn't notice. She's very attached to her phone.
Yeah.
Kids these days.
Kids these days. That would be
I
me.
think that-
I would be that kid.
I think that Jay would definitely want to do something, but he also knows that this is not the time and place for it, so he would back out, I guess.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Is it the time and place? No. But is the time and place post-murder?
I mean, we can stalk her after her shift ends, right? We have all day.
It's true.
Assuming she ever leaves.
Somebody's got to keep an eye on her then the entire time.
Yeah, Jay's fine with that.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to say...
He's already inside, he can just wait in the bathroom or something.
Creepy.
I mean, that's Jay for you.
He's just like silent little shadow.
In one of the stalls, ear to the wall.
Or he's hanging from the ceiling like...
Yeah.
All right, well, does he back up? Does he leave undetected also? He gets out undetected.
If he chooses to leave
Yeah.
now, he'll be undetected, yes.
Yeah. I would definitely, like, before I actually go through the door, like, give you a nod, like, yeah, this is it.
Okay. I wait until
signal,
he's...
like, I'm keeping an eye on her.
Okay. I wait until... Do you back away into a different room?
I guess I'll go through the same, like, back entrance area.
I mean, I guess it's not like she's even moving. She's been standing there for 30 minutes.
Yeah, she's just sitting there. So if you want, you actually can chill in one of the bathrooms if you want. Totally up to you. Or you can leave. Totally up to you. Wherever you want to go.
Like, I would want to be somewhere where I can actually follow her, but...
There are customer bathrooms and then associate bathrooms. So
I guess I would wait in one of the bathrooms or something.
okay, you're able to. I assume you're going to the guys' bathroom.
I'm not sure, actually.
That's up to you. One is very
Like,
obvious. The
this
other
is also the back room with, like, the concierge area, right?
Yeah.
So I would probably get, like, one of those tapes for, like, out of order and hang it from a stall or something. And just jump in a random one. He doesn't really care.
Sure. Yeah. No problem with that whatsoever.
Are there any vases of plants or drinks around?
Yeah, definitely. Complimentary water, and there's a couple plants and such sitting out for you. I don't know why I said for you. For your enjoyment, I guess.
Are any of them nearby her?
Ish.
As in, if I maybe bumped a table too hard, would it splash all over her?
No, you'd have to toss it or something.
Can I do that?
What are you doing?
Tossing some water at her.
Why?
Oops,
Wait, are they hydrophobic?
Oops, I know. Oops, you're wet. Let me help you get changed. I'm so sorry.
God, you're so awkward.
If you want, like I said, there's complimentary water. You can definitely do that.
You just toss the whole thing over. Do it.
Can I pick it up, look like I'm looking for water, and then walk around and trip nearby her and just splash it everywhere?
Yeah. I definitely act under pressure for that one. See if you can do this semi-cleanly.
It doesn't have to be clean. I'm tripping.
Yeah, but you don't hurt yourself.
It has to be,
Believable.
You try to throw it, but you roll your own ankle.
Critically fail, you shed your jaw.
Would a 9 be a success, or is that still a mixed success?
9 is mixed success. So 7 to 9. Yeah, 7 to 9 is the mixed success. All right, so
in worst case scenario, you'll actually trip and break your neck or something.
What does this look like, Margot, as you're walking over to her and doing this deed?
It probably looks about how I described it, except the trip might not have been faked.
All right. Were she speaking with you, this would be incredibly awkward, but she's definitely not. So you're able to jaunt on her general direction, and you somehow trip, but your hand goes above the desk, and you just right in the chest, just splash her with all the water. You kind of eat shit a little harder than you probably expected to, though. You're not going to take any harm or anything, but you really kind of slam into this desk. It looks incredibly silly, and she's just looking at you and looks down at her shirt, then looks back at you and goes,
"Oh,
what?
Shit! I'm so sorry. I was just looking for a cup. Can I help you with that?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Is she just standing there?
Yes. She's just standing looking at you guys like, why did you do this?
Can we see anything?
She looks a little annoyed, but just barely. And she looks past you guys to the room that you guys came from, as if she's waiting for the other girl to come back, and kind of just waiting, and then waiting. And with a wet shirt, she's just staring past both of you, as if she's waiting for the girl to come back.
Is the girl coming back?
Not yet, but she will be soon, as there actually wasn't a brown emergency. It was clear, fortunately.
Are you not going to get changed?
I cannot leave my post unattended, unfortunately.
I'll watch it for you if you'd like.
You
Oh
just
my
spilled
God.
water on me. I can't trust you.
All right. Carson is far more trustworthy than I am. He can watch it if you'd like.
That's fine. I appreciate the sentiment. I will wait. And she does. Maybe 5 or so minutes after this, the girl comes grumbling back, dragging the wet mop and the bucket and all the other fun stuff, and she kind of like headbutts the door open. And
I hold the door for her.
oh, excellent, thank you. Okay, cool. She does that and go, and she looks at you and goes, "Thank you very much."
No
And
problem.
she looks over at Lee and like, and just huffs, and then Jay, you can hear her go to the back and kind of get things fixed up. And as she drags her feet back to the front, she looks at Lee and goes, "Are you wet? What did you do?"
I whistle.
She looks at you, Margot, as if to say, like, "What? I don't even know what that means." And then Lee looks to the girl and says, "Water was spilled on my shirt. I need to change. Can I go to the back?" She goes, "Yeah." "Did you just been standing here with a wet shirt?" "Yes. Goodbye." And then she just turns and starts walking down to the employee area.
Is that normal for her?
I turned to that person. I'm like, that was kind of weird.
Is that normal for her?
Man, we get weird people up here. I have no idea. But no, I don't know. Whatever. And she just pulls her phone out and says, like, she looks at you, Margot. Was that you? Did you spill her with water? Are you the one that clogged the toilet?
No.
She is. She's got a bad.
I'm having a bad water day. I
She has
apologize.
been dripping over the entire floor. The floor is probably, wet.
She looks at your shirt and you're wet, Margot, and she's like, "You're having a bad day with water today, aren't you?
Yes.
You want to maybe not stand here and change? You're kind of getting water over the floor."
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go change.
Okay.
And I'm gonna follow the girl to the dressing room.
You're following them back to the employee area?
Yes.
As you do that, the girl's like, "Hey, miss, you can't go that way. What are you doing?"
I'm going to ignore it.
"Miss, no." And she like turns and she tries to get in front of you and says, "No, miss, this is employees only. What are you doing?"
Aren't there towels back here?
"Yeah, probably, but not for you. Sorry, but you have to go back to your room. Please don't make me call a manager. This is really awkward."
All right, I'm gonna look at you guys.
I apologize for being snarky, but please don't come back here.
I'm gonna look at you guys.
You can't look at me. I'm already in the back room.
Okay, excellent. That's all I needed to know. So I will fine and walk towards my room.
She sighs and says, the door's closed but not locked, so you should be able to get in just fine. Sorry, again, borrowed the toilet. Maybe just be careful with it this time. Not that it's your fault. The room's cursed, but not. Sorry,
No
kidding.
problem. Well, we'll keep an eye on it.
Thank you. If as you're like walking out, Carson, she says, "If you have a bathroom emergency, you can ask us, and like we have bathrooms here for customers. You can use one of those if you want. It
Okay.
has a higher chance to not explode."
Great. Thank you so much.
"Yes, you're welcome. Sorry." And then I assume the two of you head back to your room.
Yeah.
Who?
Carson and Margaret.
Actually, I think that we should pretend that we're going to the room and then not go back to the room.
Yes, exactly.
That's fine. Oh, basically, do you leave the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay. She goes
Yeah.
back to texting. She goes, and she's like half watching the front door, and she looks at the ground of like, "Do I clean up the water that you spilled?" And she looks around, and you guys see her like grab a towel and just throw it in the wet spot, and just like whatever, it'll suck it up. It's definitely how that works. And you guys, did you guys go anywhere particular outside?
I text Jay and I ask if there's anywhere we can meet him that's closer. Not like meet him in the building, but like that.
I mean,
he
if
thinks we
he
should.
wants to, I've left every single door open.
Yeah.
Like basically, when you close a door and you leave it like the tiniest
Barely
bit
cracked.
open so
Yeah.
that the lock won't fall off. Jay basically did that.
All right.
So he could get a smooth exit if he needed to.
Yeah, I guess we go around back then.
And quickly.
All right. You guys are able to do that no problem because Jay did indeed leave an inn for you. What is your goal, though? Because, like I said, there's a hallway and door separating you from the main lobby. So if you go through there, she'll, of course, hear you. And looking about, we do know that she is in the bathroom and Jay's in the other bathroom. And as the two of you look around, she's been in there for a hot second. So what is you doing?
I'm waiting until Jay gives us a sign that we need to do something.
Okay, so there's a storage room for reference prior to this hallway with the waiting room and et cetera, et cetera. So you guys can kind of chill there without being seen in this really bright hallway.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Like, how much of the stuff in the front did I hear, actually? Like, do I know that she's in the background now?
You would have heard the bathroom open. You can presume it's her. It's up to you. Also, they probably texted you, so that makes sense.
We'll probably not assume it's her, because we also know that the other girl was coming back, effectively. She might put stuff back.
Well, Carson texted you that the girl went back there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you would know.
Yeah, then I could probably like try to take a peek.
Is there a window to the bathroom? To outside?
Yes, there is.
You know, honestly, if this weren't a monster story, this would be the creepiest possible behavior.
I mean, that's Jay for you. Normally he only steals objects, but he knows how to stalk people.
That's one does.
Okay, are the windows foggy or clear?
They are fogged over just a wee bit. They got a nice little flurry to them.
Is there any way to get to the employees' room through the back without getting noticed?
Oh, definitely, yeah. So you and Carson can enter through here. You can go to the employees' room. So in this hallway, there is the employee break room. There is like the storage room you guys are currently in. So it goes storage room, hallway. One side of the hallway is the break room. The other side of the hallway are the two bathrooms. And then it goes straight into the lobby after that.
Well, then I'd like to quietly squelch my way through the back to the employee room.
All right. You move into the employee room, and there is indeed nobody back here. There is one more door, but it's locked, presumably the manager's room.
And she should be in this room, right?
No, she's in the bathroom.
Oh, in the bathroom.
She's changing in the bathroom, right?
Correct.
Okay, hang on. And can we get to the bathroom without getting noticed?
You can go to either bathroom or the employee's room without being noticed by the front.
Well, then I want to go to the bathroom.
Alrighty. So, Carson, you're staying kind of in the back room. We got Jay in one bathroom. We got Margo in the other bathroom.
Yeah.
All right. Margo, as you move into the other bathroom, all these stalls are shut, and you can hear kind of a shifting in one of them, as if someone's changing clothes.
We're sure this is our target, right?
Jay is very sure.
At the very least, it is probably the same type of creature, if not the creature. Right, that's what
Or maybe she has some weird-ass medical condition that requires her to carry
in
around
which case,
like,
this would be very awkward and pretty ableist.
A
so
little.
you better not get caught.
God, that'd be so awful. For reference, I wouldn't do that. That's mean.
That would be so that would be so awful.
Oh man,
genuinely. Yeah. And I believe in my heart that you're not an ableist person, so I think it's fine. But I
wouldn't spend an hour making fun of someone's disability. That is not okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I just thought how awful that would be. My God, that's horrible.
That would just be so bad.
It really would be.
We would have to be like, Daniel, we've got to have a talk about that.
Not just that, but why'd you waste an hour? All right.
But this is to say to Margo that we're I'd say 95% sure that this is at least the same genre, the same type of
brand.
Sure that was same brand, TM that we are after.
All right, so alone or not really alone in the bathroom, Margo. What do you do?
I mean, how clear do they make it that they're also gonna sneak into the back?
Well, I text you. I let you know that we're going the other way.
Yeah, if Carson didn't, I would have texted too.
I'll put my ear to the door and see if they're coming, and when they do, I'll open the door as well.
All right,
I'll help you out, creep on this girl.
I mean, I'm trying to catch her in the act, so assuming the door is locked, I would like to yank it open.
You can be locked, and otherwise I can probably open it for you.
So the bathroom is open, of course, as both Margo and Jay, you guys can walk in together, but the individual stalls are locked.
Yeah, I want to yank it open.
Okay.
I mean, I can open it for you quietly if you want, potentially.
No way, she'll hear it.
I mean, okay, this depends on Yeti, I guess, but I have an artifact called the skeleton key, and I can open any magical artifact with handy powers. I'm not sure if it also works on normal doors.
No.
Yeah, too bad. But otherwise, I'm still a thief. I can burglarize the door, I guess.
Wait, is it possible to burglarize bathroom doors?
Honestly, you just wiggle them, they open.
Technically, yeah.
You just wiggle them.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. Well, I mean, you could probably wiggle the main door, but actually, if it's like a stall door, those really do not take a lot.
Stall.
Also, if it's one of those typical American doors with the 19 feet of open space on the bottom and the sides,
Yes.
You know, I could also take a peek from underneath or something.
Yeah,
I mean, I can do that too. I'd rather just
Yeah.
force the door open.
Yeah, but first take a peek and not make sure this is not a terrible accident or something.
All right. I will.
Sorry, it's just this whole combination of things. If anybody looked underneath the bathroom stall in real life, that would be such suspicious behavior. But go
mortifying.
on. It would be horrible.
Yeah, just make sure you don't get caught.
All right. As Jay's walking in, I will be peeking under the door.
Do
Alrighty.
you not have like a mirror or something on you that you can use for that? Because
Okay.
Jay would be looking at you very disapprovingly otherwise.
I will use a mirror if I have one.
All right.
Now, does Marco have a makeup mirror?
I do not picture Margot's makeup type.
You mean you don't have moody goth teenage angst
No.
makeup on right now?
No.
My entire view of you is skewed.
It's not professional.
You know, I'm gonna just go on the limb that Jay walks in, sees Marco like crouching down to look under the stall, and stops her and gives her like a mirror. Because he definitely has one on him.
You like put your hand in front of your mouth like shh, and then you just hand her the mirror.
Yeah, it's even one of those fancy ones for breaking in where you put like on a stick, basically.
Perfect.
You can also
Does
do
nobody tell me this has happened? Am I just in the other room?
No, probably not. You just see me like you see Margot enter the room where she is, and then you see me come out of the other room and join her. I guess.
Yeah, all right. I'll be behind you guys.
Well, tell me, what does mirror on the wall see?
All right. More mirror on the floor.
Mirror on the stick?
Mirror on a
Mirror-
stick.
Yeah, mirror stick. All right, we got mirror stick. We put it under,
Like, do
and
you want to go underneath the door? Do you want to go over the door? Do you want to go to the side of the door? It's all possible.
Oh, good question. Over the door will be less noticeable, probably.
going over.
Yeah.
All right, you go over the door, and there's this little mirror as it kind of pops over, and you angle it right. You can see her body just kind of sitting there, and she's sitting on the toilet, just like waiting. Her arms are kind of down at the moment, and as you angle it to get a glimpse of her face, she's already looking up and staring directly into the mirror, looking right at
Oh
you.
God, that is so creepy. I hate that. What is that? That makes I don't know why that makes me so uncomfortable.
All right. Time to open the door.
How do you open it?
I'll tug on it. Is it locked?
It's definitely locked. And after your first tug, you just hear someone say, "Stop."
I will pull on it harder.
All right, as you begin to wiggle it, you can feel it coming undone because, as I mentioned, these don't take much. And she's just kind of muttering under her breath of like, "Don't do that. Please don't open the door. Stop that." As the door just really, the whole thing's kind of shaking. And you get it open fairly quick, and she's just sitting on the toilet looking at you and not moving, but staring directly at you, Margot.
Get out of that body.
"I'm in the bathroom. Please leave."
You're not normal. Get out of that body.
She stands up and
It's
takes
kinda
a
rude.
step towards you and says, "I was in the bathroom. You need to leave now."
That body isn't yours.
Takes another step forward. "I'll ask one more time. Leave." And then she looks at both you and Jay, and then looks back to you, Margot.
I'm going to pull out my sword.
So
Actually, pull out your sword. What?
yeah, so we commented on this. You can't really bring heavy weaponry into the public.
Okay, hang on.
Large, heavy weaponry.
Yeah,
I have a
it-
gun.
It's a big sword, so
All right. I pull out my silver knife.
okay, fair enough. She sees that and then looks back at you, and the expression on her face doesn't really change much. She's standing very rigidly, just arms down, looking at you, and the mild expression just says, "Leave."
How distracted is she by this?
Lee is looking at the
If at
two
all.
of you. Yeah, she distract is not really the right word. She is like fully. If she was kind of lazy, just like before, her eyes are fully open as she's staring at the two of you, and her eyes flit back to you, Jay, every like other second.
I'm not leaving until you get out of that body.
If I scream, she will come.
That's fine.
And cover.
Get out of that body.
Yeah, I could cover her mouth.
Rather than taking a
I
step
think-
forward, she takes a step backwards now, back towards the stall.
She's gonna scream. Cover up her mouth.
Yeah, I think this is far enough that Jay's gonna have to jump into action. He's gonna like try to full body hug her to keep her down and like cover her mouth, I guess.
I don't think I'd do that, but all right.
Like if anything, he just wants you to expose her so you can take a look at her back, see if there's actually something on it. And if so, then there's enough reasoning to, take her down.
Okay,
without killing her,
so
preferably.
if she's stepping back, can I grab her arm and pull her forward?
both of her arms are down. If one of you goes forward, only one of you can move in. It's a stall, so it's very small.
Well, I figure I'm in the way, so I'll reach for it.
You're reaching for what? Her arm?
Yeah, her arm.
Okay, so I will say, if you try to get in the way, Jay can't do what he's trying to do. So basically, only one of you can do the thing while she's in the stall.
Yeah, but if I pull her forward, Jay will have better access to her.
Of course, yeah, that's what you're going to do. You're going to reach out and try to grab her?
She'll be able to scream them, though.
Whoever acts first. You don't really need to discuss it. If you think your character would do it, go for it.
I think Margot would do it.
Okay, I mean, you have your knife out, you're much closer, so that makes sense. All right, Margot, roll act under pressure.
Not all bad.
Oh my god!
Perfect.
That's maximum.
That's literally max. You got a 14. Holy shit. Okay, you reach out, and I should name her Faith. You reach out and touch Lee. You grab her by the wrist, and you're like pulling her towards you.
Yeah, I'm yanking her way out of the stall.
Okay, she doesn't have a chance to scream, but she is way heavier than you're expecting. It almost feels like her legs like lock up as you go to grab her, and you pull her, but you pull her and her whole body remains rigid, as in her feet just kind of like arc back a bit, and her legs as she kind of squats, and she just slides across the ground. You're also very strong, Margot, fortunately. So you actually do...
Well, and I can enhance myself if I want to.
Yes, and you actually do indeed pull her out of the stall. Once again, a very, very slight shocked and annoyed look dances across her face as she's now out of the stall, but looks like she is ready to howl.
Jay?
Well, luckily I brought a gag, as I like stuff my jacket into her mouth.
All right, same for you, Buddo. Act under pressure.
Jay's basically trying to tie her up at this point.
Alrighty.
Can I help out?
Theoretically, because you pulled her out, so that would make sense, yeah. We'll have him roll first, though.
Ooh. It's a success, but...
Alrighty, a 7, which is indeed a big success, which is very, very good. Let's see. So you're trying to stuff her so she doesn't scream?
Yeah, stuff her and tie her down, preferably.
Okay. You're able to move in, and you're stuffing your jacket into her mouth?
Yeah.
She breathes in.
Jay has like one of those really thick leather jackets.
Yeah. So she breathes in, and mouth open, sucks in air. You very quickly shove your jacket into her mouth. But she is like bucking like an animal. She's pulling at Margot, kind of bumping you guys together, and you can hear her muffled scream through the jacket, and she, as you shove it in, bites down really hard on your fingers. For now, take 1 harm.
Jay's used to this, it's fine. He likes a bit of, where is
TMI.
And she gnaws down onto your hand. And as she's biting down, she's got you. So she's stuffed. She ain't gonna say anything, but you don't know if pulling your hand away from her will be a good idea. And you kind of guys both have her. I guess you're technically both holding on to her at the moment, and her body is just starting to like wriggle and writhe. She does not want to be held by you guys.
Yeah.
And is she still standing?
She's still standing. Yeah.
Can I knock her feet out from under her and
do it quietly if you can?
A body hitting the floor is going to be loud no matter what happens.
You can dampen it a bit.
You can help her get down.
You can assist her falling, I guess.
Like, you do that all the time in martial arts. Absolutely. You can do it.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful.
I don't know if Margot cares.
Jay definitely cares. He's gonna stop you, or not stop you. He's gonna make sure she falls quietly if you do.
All right, you can do that. I will.
You still need someone to look under her jacket, though, to make sure.
Yeah, I want to knock her forward so that her back is exposed. I think I should use my no limits since she was heavy AF.
Okay.
I shall assist you in knocking her to the ground.
Alrighty.
Again.
We got an 8. What's the mixed result on no limits?
You do it, but choose 1 consequence, suffer 1 harm, take 1 forward, or you need to rest now. I'll take a harm.
Okay. Let me double check that bad because I've actually never seen it. Sometimes there's extra information. Come on. No limits. Oh, that is it. Interesting.
Maybe her legs were a bit stiffer than even my magic can handle.
Slightly. So you empower yourself, Margot, and you're trying to knock her on her back or on her stomach?
On her stomach.
Okay. So this is incredibly awkward. Doable, but how are you knocking her over?
I want to do like a leg sweep.
Okay. She still has a mouthful of Jay currently, and she's trying to, get some more of that finger meat.
Well, that'll help Jay soften it because he's going down with her.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, that's beautiful, actually. Thank you for reminding me. You're able to sweep her legs. Initially, she jumps up, and she goes to press her legs against the side of the stall to hold herself up. But you chop her legs down, and as she falls forward, she basically lands on Jay with her back up, and she's, rather than trying to get the thing out of her mouth, she's further chomping onto your fingers, Jay, trying to get more of you in her mouth.
Nice.
All right, well, if Jay's underneath her, I would like to rip her shirt open with my knife.
Okay. As you're doing that, Jay, are you doing anything?
I'm gonna... Well, mostly I just wanted to stop moving, and counterintuitively I'm gonna jam my hand all the way in her mouth so she can't actually close her jaw. So I basically want to lock her body in place.
All right.
As beneath her.
Honestly, for both of you, since you're just trying to do things, both of you act under pressure.
Under pressure.
Pressure! She rolled a 5 right now! That's not very good. All right, mark experience, Miss Margo.
Yeah. Oh, and I did take a harm, right?
Yeah, she did.
Were you okay with that consequence?
Yes, of course.
I mean, you get to decide what consequences.
Correct.
Is there anything I can do for y'all?
I mean, are you hearing this? Because you can.
Yeah, I'm in the bathroom. I'm seeing this happen. I'm like, hey, how's it going, guys?
Realistically, you're in the back room, so you shouldn't really hear. If anything, you heard them wiggling the door. After the door wiggles and after they fall, this probably would have made. This is going to make a noise. What do you do after you hear the door wiggling and then you hear a scuffling, Carson?
Oh, I come in. I make sure that that girl is not coming in.
Okay, you check and she looks up for a second as if she heard something, then looks back down. So tinkering with her phone, you burst into the bathroom as well, quietly.
I don't burst in. I very carefully open and close it.
All right, excellent. As you very carefully open the door, I'm going to ask a question to Margo and Carson. You go to cut the back on her jacket, Margo, and your knife snags on something. You do indeed cut. Fortunately, Jay, you're able to kind of fold your hand in the jacket, and as she's just inch, she's getting closer and closer, and you can tell with her bite strength, you're not sure if more hand is a good idea or a worse idea. You might lose some fingers, but you're able to kind of wrap your hand in the jacket, and you can cover it in enough of this leather that it hurts like shit. You don't take any more harm here, but you can feel your knuckles popping, and your ligaments are kind of stretching. This is an absurd amount of pressure for a person to be putting on you. But you can still hold her, and you're unfortunately on your back while she's on you, just bucking. And as she's doing this, you see the door. Well, you guys hear the door swing open. Carson, you two can now make a decision. As you go to cut this jacket, you guys all kind of hear at the same time this wet, squelching sound. And she begins to buck a little bit more, Jay, and you can hear her gagging. And you see her eyes kind of roll back a bit and her lids begin to flutter. And as that happens, this thing on her back begins to gyrate and wriggle. And you can hear this stretching, ripping sound. It's difficult to tell what it is, but her whole body is convulsing.
Does it sound like... so Alex had all those, all that stuff, ripped off, right?
Yeah.
Does it sound like it could be that? It's disconnecting from her body?
Sounds very similar to that, yes.
Okay.
And as this is happening, you do not have to look, but this thing that's under her is detaching and it's going to attempt to escape right now. That's going to be the failure. So, if you guys choose to look, I won't have you roll. I'll let you ask a question of what it looks like because this is going to be very fast, but it's going to be attempting to escape right now. But if you do look, you're going to have to roll, keep it together.
All of us?
Those that choose
to be looking, yeah.
Jay basically can't look in his current position, so you're safe. Oh. Yeah, you're unless in a second you probably can, but in your current position you literally can't see it because you're under her and you're holding her down. So Carson, you're going to open the door and see this happen. As it's wriggling, you can see them this is giving you enough time to see the mass under her shirt wriggle. You know that whatever it is alive and it's coming off first. So Margo and Carson, you can look away if you wish, but you don't have to. You let me know.
I will look. I'm afraid that if I look away, something might happen in the time that I look away.
Fair enough. Then I'll have you, Carson, roll first.
You don't want to get possessed instead?
Is that how it works?
Obviously.
Wait,
if you
that's not how it works.
It can only move when it's not seen.
No, that's not how it works.
All right, Carson, roll me. Keep it together.
Stress. Oh, okay. So that's keep it together.
Yeah,
Okay,
keep
I
it
have it marked as. I just have it listed as stress.
so do I. It's stress adds it. De-stress.
Oh, then it says when you click on it, it says keep it together with. Cool.
So this one, this time, yeah, cool this time. Alrighty, you rolled a 10, so you're doing okay for now. Margot, are you looking?
Yeah, my mission was to capture it alive or dead. I need to see where it's going.
All right, roll keep it together. Also cool. Very nice. 5 and 5 plus 2. Excellent. So neither of you gain any stress from this. You both see this writhing mass skirt out from under her shirt. It slaps wetly to the toilet, and it's difficult to tell what this thing's proper form should look like, but for a moment you can see the underside. It looks somewhat similar to a starfish, but you see these tiny little pins pull into its body. And it has
does it go down the toilet?
It does not go down the toilet. It's too large for that. It has
Okay.
2 long limbs coming off of it, and there's blood dripping from it. It doesn't have eyes or anything of that nature, and you only see its underside for a moment. And as it writhes and wriggles about, it jets up to shoot through the window and go outside. And it does just that, crashing through the window and instantly shooting into the yard.
Can I follow it?
You guys very much can. There is
I'm gonna
a
follow it. I'm gonna
girl
run.
writhing on top
Same.
of Jay right now.
I'm not writhing. I'm way back.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. The Lee is on top of Jay though, kind of just like having his conniption fit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bolt.
I'm gonna bolt too. Good luck, Jay.
See you later, Jay.
I'm fine with that.
We can tell that it is detached from her, right?
Oh yeah, and there's a not massive amount of blood left behind, but as you guys leave, it left a trail of blood up the wall, all over the toilet, and down her back. Her clothes are not covered, like soaked, but there's little blood driplets.
Somebody is Jay gonna call like the? Can he call
I'm gonna
911?
call I'm gonna call the investigator guy we were talking to, basically.
But she's not dead yet, right?
Exactly.
What?
But we also can't show this in the hospital, you know. We have
I
to
guess
keep it
that's.
secret.
Oh,
And I'm sure he. Jay's going by the assumption that that guy probably knows the best way to deal with this.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Okay, you're
And
calling
he's
who?
got, like, our contact in the police station,
Julian?
Julian. Yeah,
Okay.
But can you specify medical attention is needed?
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be trying to like stem the bleeding a bit.
Okay. As the two of you burst outward, you run to try to see where this thing went. And let's see, for you, because this is so loud, the girl with the phone comes back here. She starts looking around. She sees not the back door swing, but she sees like the bathroom, and she like moves in, and she sees you, Jay, and this girl bleeding. And her look is like, what the shit just happened?
I mean, I'll just like very casually and calm, like nothing's wrong here. Just put her against the wall and start helping her out.
Okay,
Like, get some towels.
roll convince because
The
she's
cops are on the way.
yeah, roll convince because she's super
Sure.
confused.
I'm not good at this, by the way.
Alrighty. With the justification that the police are on their way, I don't think she's really seen you besides you just being a guest. And kind of looking over the scenario, it seems like you're trying to help, and she goes, oh my god, bring her into the shit. Can you move her?
Yeah,
Bring her to
probably
the.
best if we don't move it too much now.
She opens the bathroom door and points to like the associate's room. It's just, be careful. Bring her in there and don't leave. Don't go anywhere.
Sure.
Okay. She kind of like, shit, freaks out. And you see her like start knocking on one of the locked doors, which is probably where the manager is. The two of you, Margot and Carson, are able to bolt outside. And I assume you're looking for this thing?
Absolutely.
What's happening?
The police are called. Or police. Julian Reyes is called. And he's definitely on the way. So he told you, Jay, that I'll be there like literally as soon as I can. You woke him up. He was at home. But he's pretty close by. Not a huge town. So he'll be there relatively soon. And the
I would have
girl...
made sure to tell him that we need medical attention, so...
Yeah, so that they know it's you, and he's like, okay, don't actually bring cops, bring me. And he's on the way. The manager was alerted because the girl at the phone saw what happened. She's believing Jay as long as he doesn't like run away. And they're kind of just chilling there now. Carson and Margot, you two are outside, and you're basically trying to catch this thing as it's wriggling about. But
Yeah, I'm bolting.
we're bolting, but we don't necessarily see it just yet. but we can hear some stuff being moved around. It looks as if it probably skirted by this current area, staying in the back and out of the light, and maybe towards the trash. It's very difficult to tell.
Are there any more blood
Actually,
trails?
can I use trust your gut?
Yes.
Because it's for where to go and stuff. Damn, never mind.
Alrighty.
Wait, actually, on a miss, your instincts lead you into danger.
Indeed. Alrighty. Well, Carson, you know where to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You lead Margot on over to the garbage bins, and you can hear something moving around. This is definitely where it is, 100%. And moving on in, Margot, what are you doing while you're following Carson?
Oh, all my weapons are big, and they're probably back in the hotel room. So I guess I'm just getting my knife super ready.
All right, knife.
Hold up. By the way, my sex traditions, one of the good ones is magical items. Would I happen to have like a capture item on me?
A Pokeball?
Essentially, yeah.
Catch that, Staryu?
We could definitely discuss that later. Anything super magical you would not have, or anything super magical we're basically ignoring on the character sheet and replacing it with something else. So unless you already have that like established as something particular, probably not.
Okay.
And Carson,
If only you were a Haven guy like me, or like Kaiba, you would be able to literally roll for it if you have it on you.
Unfortunately, that is not me.
You said my name?
Yes, you move forward towards the trash, and you can see one of the bags shift. A second later, though, you see a small cat kind of jump out, and it looks at you guys, and its hair is standing up, and it looks scared.
I take a step forward.
As you take a step forward, it kind of walks around you, trying to keep its distance, and it's like slowly scooting away from you.
Away from me?
Yeah, away from you.
I look behind me. Is there anything there?
As you look behind yourself, very quickly, this flesh anomaly also shoots out of the trash, and there's something sharp drags across the back of your leg, and it cuts deep, not to the bone, but it's bad. And you'll take 2 harm, Carson.
Oh my god.
Margot, you see this thing, whatever it is, quickly flit by as Carson has to go down to brace this cut because it is like squirting blood almost instantly.
Where do I mark harm? Oh, wait, it's up here. Okay.
Next
oh
to
my
your experience,
god,
yeah.
that's a lot of harm. I only have 3 before I'm dying.
No, unstable.
Yeah.
Yes, unstable basically means your whatever the thing is that hurts you is, oh my god, this is really bad and I'm constantly bleeding, and occasionally I can just say take 1 more harm until basically it's taken care of. Basically like a bullet wound.
As a certified, god, what do they call those people? You know, who get those CPR certificates.
Mhm.
As
First
a
responder?
certified whatever, I know how to do a tourniquet, so
Okay. Are you ripping a piece of your like shirt off or?
no, I'm wearing a belt.
Okay.
Good. I'm leaving you behind. Where did it go?
It shot off in the dark and it's just running. It's going. Are you chasing after it?
Yeah. Assuming I can actually follow.
So Margot doesn't have any weapons on her, right?
Just the knife.
But I have my gun. Can I toss it to you?
Yeah. I know how to use a sniper rifle, so I have some experience with
Well, I have
The
2
little
guns.
guns.
I don't have the big gun. Oh, you don't have any weapon with any experience with guns, Margot?
No, I have experience with a sniper rifle, so I should be at least like semi accustomed to handguns.
All right,
doesn't have
well,
a scope, I can't aim.
I've got blood everywhere,
much.
but I try and toss you the gun.
All right. As Carson tosses you the gun, Margo, you see this thing flit around the corner. It is moving very quickly. If you want to keep up with it, you need to roll act under pressure. Oh, by the way, mark experience, Carson.
Hey.
Alrighty, and whipping around the corner, Margo, you do indeed see the thing, and like I said, it is very, very fast. With a mixed success, unfortunately, it's going to get away, but I will give you a boon, a boost, or something. Do you want to try damaging it? Do you want to get close enough to damage it once? Do you want to know more information about it? What do you want? What would Margo prioritize in this situation?
I want to wound it.
You want to wound it? Okay, with what?
The pistol she gave you.
Yeah, I think the gun's best.
You're going to shoot
You
it?
shoot some of it off.
I mean, I could throw my knife at it. Ooh. When I sliced through her shirt, the knife didn't hurt it, right?
It got caught on the shirt, unfortunately. 'Cause
So
you're-
it got caught on the shirt, but not the creature?
Correct.
And I'll shoot it.
Okay, to reiterate, whatever you choose to do will succeed, either the knife or the gun.
I'm just trying to think if the knife would pin it.
It's so
I mean,
It cannot
Either
be
way-
that big of a knife. Let's be honest here.
either way, you'll
With
get
Margot?
like some tissue samples, which is nice.
It's going to be a big knife with Margot.
You can literally throw a machete.
Not that big, but close. You said tissue samples with the knife?
Yeah. Like as long as it doesn't like stick and go with the animal, like we might get some blood or something. You might cut something off with your grit, who knows?
you can do that.
Okay, I'll go with the knife then.
Okay. This is part of the act under pressure roll, so I'm not going to have you roll. This is just part of it. Are you throwing the knife, or do you want to get close enough to kind of like nick it?
I'll throw it. It's probably faster than me, right?
Very much so, yes. And as you're turning the corner, it's already turning the next corner. At the last second, you think you can nail it. This thing writhing amongst the shadows. And you just hurl your knife. It doesn't stick directly into it, and more so like slides along its backside, but you definitely cut it. And you hear this like high-pitched whine. It's incredibly curious to hear, but it just continues zooming, and your knife kind of clatters to the floor a few feet from it.
All right, well, I'll keep chasing. So once I reach my knife, is it gone?
As you reach your knife, it is covered in blood, but yes, it is indeed gone.
All right, I'll pick up the knife and I won't wipe it off.
Alrighty, and after you do that, do you go back and meet with your friends?
Yeah, I'll check on Carson first.
All right,
Look,
going back-
I'm gonna need help walking. If the cut was that deep, I don't think I'll be able to put any weight on it.
Not for the night. Definitely need a second to get it looked at. But fortunately, Carson was able to stop the bleeding, so he's just fine. Margaret, you have some blood, and by this point, Julian has arrived, and there's backup, but the backup was instructed to like, hey, just like chill and ask basic questions, and that's basically it. And he kind of gives you he gives you guys a look as if to say like, I couldn't come alone, sorry. And this one individual, he's asking just basic ass questions, and everything else, Julian's like, hey, direct towards me. But he gets the girl kind of checked out, and I guess the
Is
blanket
the girl alive? Do we know?
the girl's alive. She's fine, but she's in shock, and she's currently unconscious due to, we're not sure. It might not be blood loss because I don't know if she lost that much blood. It's
I
very
wonder
difficult
if
to
it
tell.
uses I wonder if it uses like a kind of chemical to make them pliant. Isn't the word I'm thinking of? But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Do them basically, yeah.
And with this, Julian basically is able to pick the girl up. Effectively, he's able to throw a blanket over her body, and he's letting everyone know she's fine. She's fine. She's gonna need some rest. Like, I'm gonna bring her to the station. You know, we'll question her. We'll get everything figured out. And he looks at you guys and say like, whatever this is, like, figure it out quickly because it's not supposed to. This is not okay. You guys are doing fine, but like, please be careful. And
It came looking for us, which is interesting.
yeah, he gives you a look.
Slightly worrying.
Yeah, he gives you a look as if to say like, fully understand that, but like, let's try to keep it on the down low as much as possible. This is a small town. They're gonna talk.
Is
And
nobody gonna look at my leg?
do you ask Julian to help you out?
Yeah.
Okay. You're able to kind of swing by Julian. He looks at it a bit and goes like, you know what? I can actually help with this. And
All right. Continuing the conversation.
yeah, definitely. It'll take a little extra time and whatnot, but being able to apply first aid and, you know, the training that you have, Carson, plus Julian being here, go ahead and Carson heal 1 harm.
Sweet.
And this will basically be healed over the night, plus what you and Julian were able to do together.
All right.
And after all that, we're a little bloody.
Can you help me out too then with my finger splint, I guess?
Definitely, yeah. You guys can all kind of work together so you can get that healed as well. And hurts, definitely scrapes some skin off. He kind of looks at her mouth and goes like, "Oh God, okay." He tries to cover her whole body, and he reminds everyone because there's blood in her mouth. It just looks bad. He's reminding everyone as he's walking by the manager and the girl with the phone that like she's not dead. She's not dead. I'm just covering, you know, to respect the victim, right? And he's like, okay, you know, I'm leaving. You know, he ends up hauling her away into the truck. And after he helps the two of you, he gives you guys a look up to say like, you know, working late, but get some rest and try to get this early in the morning. And with that, Julian quickly heads out. The other officer that arrived basically just to help, keep a lookout if the perpetrator, whatever it may be, is still around. They did their duties. They're heading back to the station.
Oh, they really are hands off. All right, who am I giving this knife to?
Probably also to Julian, honestly.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Okie dokes.
We'll say you took a sample so you can keep your knife.
Well,
Sweet. No, the blood didn't do anything to it, right?
No. And from what you can tell, you definitely wounded it. You hit it with something. And the three of you, Carson, Margot, Jay, you guys are welcome to return to your room or whatever you guys are going to do. It's about 4 now, 4:30.
I think Jay's just gonna fall straight to sleep again.
Yeah. All that blood loss, man. I gotta go to sleep.
Nope, I'm wired. I'm awake.
All right, is Margaret
Well,
doing
must
anything?
be good for you. Must be lucky.
What harm did I take, by the way?
Strenuous activity, basically.
That's fair.
Literally pushing yourself too hard, you just kind of hurt yourself.
Like, how does harm heal in this game again?
Multitude of ways. Basically, when you take any amount of harm, so 1 to X, you can heal 1 of that harm if you're able to address it in a time. The rest of the harms...
So I can remove mine now, basically?
You had 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, so remove that. And then Carson had 2, only remove 1, so you still have 1. So if you take 5 harm and you heal, you only heal 1, so you keep the 4. Healing is actually very slow in this game. So a full day of downtime, like doing nothing, will heal 1, but that's a full-on day doing literally nothing. And then if you're not in a case for like a week, you heal all your arm. So a weekish, you know. I'm not playing this character for like a month or something, so that's effectively how it works. There are moves to help heal, but that's basically it. All right, Margaret, are you doing anything in particular while you're wired up?
I would like to look into the girl's background. Were there any connections between her and Alex?
Sure, go ahead and roll me investigate.
Sure. You know what? If you find out where she lives, I'll break in there tomorrow. And then Jace goes to bed.
Alrighty. With that, you can ask me basically a vague question. What do you want to know? Also, you can pocket this. You don't have to ask it right now if you want to think about it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
So you do some research into the night. It's not as fruitful as you want, but you definitely got some information. And we'll say it's around 8 or 9. Margot's a very early riser, seeing as she didn't go back to bed. And we're on day 2 of our investigation. Where do we plan on going next?